Hello everyone. Today we'll be solving Cambridge IGCSE Chemistry Paper 2 Multiple Choice Extended February-March 2021 Paper 2-2. This is the second part of the series. In this series we are going to be solving from question number 21 to question number 40. Guys, if you haven't seen the question number 1 to question number 20 video, then the link will be in the description and you can also find it in a playlist. So keep a look for that. So we'll start from question number 21. Which statement about the strong acids are correct? They have high concentration of OH minus ions. Guys, we know that acid contains H plus ions. Acid does not contain hydroxide ions. So point number 1 is wrong. Point number 2, they have a pH value of 1. Yes, strong acids can definitely have a pH value of 1 because of the H plus ion that is present in them, and they actually get, they easily dissociate in water. So which is why they can have pH value of 1. So point number 2 is correct, 1 is wrong. So when 1 is wrong, as you can see, point A and B both contains 1. So they will all be wrong. Okay, then they completely ionize in water. Point number 3 is correct. Strong acids completely ionize in water. That is that they completely dissociate in water. An example of that is HCl. When we have HCl aqueous, we put it in water, it easily forms H plus aqueous and it forms Cl minus aqueous. Okay. Now the next thing they say that they turn litmus paper blue. Now we know that strong acids or acids as in general, they turn litmus paper red. They don't turn blue. So all right, so 2 and 3 is correct. C is the correct answer. Question number 22. Metal X reacts with non-metal Y to form an ionic compound with the formula X2Y. So when it forms with the formula X2Y, the question says which statements are correct. Now, in order to form a ionic formula of X2Y, let's imagine that we have a metal of group 1 and then we have a metal of group 6. Okay, so non-metal of group 6. So a metal of group 1 would be sodium and non-metal of group 6 would be oxygen. And then basically what we can see, the sodium, all right, which would have oxidation state of +1, and oxygen, which would take 2 electron and be oxidation state of -2. When they swap their oxidation state, it's gonna be Na2O. So by keeping that in consideration, the question says X is in group 1 of the periodic table. Definitely we can see that. X is in group 2 of the periodic table. No. Y is in group 6 of the periodic table. Yes, we can see it is in group 6 of the periodic table. All right. Y is in group 7 of the periodic table. No. All right, so point 1 and 3 correct. So definitely A is the correct answer. Guys, moving to question number 23. The table gives some properties of group 4 elements. We can see elements carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So group 4 elements can be seen. We can see the density as we go down the group, the density is increasing. And we can see the boiling point as we go down the group, the boiling point is decreasing. Which row describes the properties of silicon? So silicon's density should be something which is in between 2.2 and 5.3. So something between 2.2 and 5.3, it can easily be 3.1. It cannot be 6 or 6.2 or 24.6. Neither can it be, maybe it could be 2.3 as well, acceptable. However, all right, the boiling point should be something in between 4,800 and between 2,800. So it can be 3,260, but not 1997. So A will be the correct answer for question number 23. Guys, moving to the question number 24. The metal beryllium does not react with cold water. It reacts with hydrochloric acid but cannot be extracted from its ore by using carbon. Guys, when we say that the beryllium does not react with cold water, we have to understand the metals, those that can react with cold water are potassium, sodium, lithium, calcium, magnesium. So definitely beryllium is below that. All right. Then the question says it reacts with hydrochloric acid but cannot be extracted from its ore by using carbon. So it should be above carbon in the reactivity series. All right. Where is the beryllium placed in the reactivity series? So definitely we can say that beryllium, we know that zinc can be reacted with carbon. We know that iron can be reacted with carbon. Copper, ores can be reacted with carbon. So definitely A will be the correct position for beryllium. Magnesium does react with water. Beryllium doesn't react with water, but it is above carbon. Question number 25. Why is cryolite used in the extraction of aluminium from bauxite? So cryolite, we know cryolite is added in aluminium oxide ore to lower melting point. Lower melting point, and also another use is increase electrical conductivity. Increase electrical conductivity. We know that aluminium oxide by itself is not a good conductor of electricity. So keeping that in mind, it is used as a catalyst for the process. No, it is not used. It is act as a solvent for aluminium oxide. Yes. All right, because we lower the melting point using cryolite, so it can act as a solvent. It stops the carbon anodes burning away. No, it doesn't. It reduces aluminium ions in aluminium oxide. It doesn't do that. So B, it acts as a solvent. It lowers the melting point. It acts as a solvent. It increases electrical conductivity. Guys, question number 26. Which statement about the uses of metals are correct? Okay, iron is used to make spacecraft, aircraft, because iron has low density. We know that iron has high density. So when one is cancelled, we can see A and C both will be wrong. Next, copper is used to make electric cables because copper is a good conductor of electricity. Yes, point number 2 is correct. So copper is used in electric cables because it is a good conductor of electricity. So since point number 2 is correct, definitely D will be the correct answer for question number 26. All right, we'll also see why 3 and what happens to 3 and 4. So 3, aluminium is used to make brass. We know that aluminium is not used to make brass. Brass is made from zinc and copper. All right, zinc and copper. Iron is mixed with additives to make an alloy used in chemical plants. Definitely, iron is added to other durable metals like chromium, nickel to make stainless steel, which is then used in chemical plant. Question number 27. Which row describes the reaction of magnesium hydroxide and magnesium oxide? Effect of heat on hydroxide. All right. So now the question says which row describes magnesium, reactions of magnesium hydroxide and magnesium oxide. Now effect of heat on hydroxide. So if we heat magnesium hydroxide, we know that it forms magnesium oxide. It will react. Effect of heating oxide with carbon, magnesium oxide. Magnesium is above carbon in the reactivity series. After magnesium, there is aluminium, then we know that there is carbon. So since it is above, that's why magnesium oxide cannot be displaced using carbon. So there will be no reaction. So B will be the correct answer. The properties of an element are listed. Its melting point is 3414 degrees Celsius. So we can see it's a very high melting point. Some of its compound are catalyst. We know the transition metal, they can form catalyst. They're very good catalyst. It has variable oxidation state, also indicates to transition metal and D block element. D block element in the periodic table. So alkali metals, definitely not. Halogens, obviously not. Halogens are non-metals. Noble gases are non-metals. So transition element, yes, definitely transition element is the correct answer. Question number 29. Petrol burns in a car engine to produce waste gases which leave through the car exhaust. One of these waste gas is an oxide of nitrogen. Which statement describes how this oxide of nitrogen is formed? All right. Again, we read the question. It says petrol burns in a car engine to produce waste gases, which leave through car's exhaust. One of these waste gas is an oxide of nitrogen. We know the nitrogen oxide that forms inside car engine are NO, NO2. All right. Now the question says which statement describes how this oxide of nitrogen is formed. So we know that nitrogen is formed, nitrogen from the air and oxygen from the air basically at high temperature inside the car engine can form NO or NO2. Now the equation is not balanced. However, let's see. All right. Let's see the descriptions. Carbon dioxide reacts with nitrogen in the catalytic converter. Obviously wrong. All right, it doesn't. Carbon dioxide does not react with nitrogen, and formation of nitrogen oxide does not involve catalytic converter. Nitrogen reacts with oxygen in the car engine. Yes, this is the perfect description. Nitrogen reacts with oxygen in the catalytic converter. Again, catalytic converter is not involved in production of nitrogen oxides. Petrol combines with nitrogen. Petrol does not burn in nitrogen, so that is a wrong statement. So B is the correct answer. Nitrogen reacts with oxygen in the car engine. Guys, moving to question number 30. Which combination of chemical compounds can be used to produce the fertilizer shown? Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So we can see NPK fertilizer refers to nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. If we were to use ammonium phosphate and potassium chloride, we would get nitrogen, we would get phosphorus, and we would get potassium. So this does fulfill our requirement. And in any one of those, the other ones, we can see we have nitrogen here. Nitrogen is present. Phosphorus is present. All right. However, there is no potassium. In this one, also no potassium. In this one, we have potassium. However, the entire one does not contain any phosphorus. So this is also crossed out. So A, question number 30, A is the correct answer. Guys, question number 31. Which process does not produce carbon dioxide? All right, we know combustion of hydrocarbon. Combustion of hydrocarbon does produce carbon dioxide. Since the question does not produce carbon dioxide, so it's a not. So definitely we're going to cross it out. We know photosynthesis produces oxygen, does not produce carbon dioxide. B will be the correct answer. Guys, let's see why point number C and point number D are wrong. Reaction between an acid and metal carbonate. Acid and metal carbonate always releases carbon dioxide, and it also produces a salt. It also produces water, but carbon dioxide is one of the product. Respiration produces carbon dioxide. So definitely they're going to be cancelled out. So B is the correct answer. It does not. Photosynthesis does not produce carbon dioxide. Question number 32. Which substance is used as a bleach in the manufacture of paper? Now, in the manufacture of paper, we gotta know that chlorine is a bleaching agent and also sulfur dioxide is a bleaching agent. So we just can keep it memorized. So guys, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, silicon dioxide, definitely wrong. Sulfur dioxide, yes. Sulfur dioxide is a good bleaching agent. It can make paper white color. What is a industrial use of calcium carbonate? Now guys, using calcium carbonate, what we do is we make cement. All right, we convert the calcium carbonate into calcium oxide in a manufacturing process of lime, and then we can make cement from that lime. Cracking hydrocarbons, definitely not. Manufacture of aluminium, no. Manufacture of cement, yes, of course, that is an industrial use. And purification of water does not use calcium carbonate. So question number 33, C is the correct answer. Question number 34, propane reacts with chlorine. All right, so let's see the reaction of propane. This is propane, all right, which reacts with chlorine. Okay. Now, alkane reacting with a halogen, all right, alkane reacting with a halogen like chlorine will be definitely, it will require UV light. All right, this will require UV light. And this type of reaction is known as free radical substitution. So we can call it substitution. All right, you will see in a moment why we are calling it substitution, because all of the carbon hydrogen bond remains intact except one gets replaced with chlorine, and then a HCl is produced. So which row shows a condition required for this reaction and identifies the type of reaction? So ultraviolet light, definitely. Phosphoric acid catalyst, no. All right, and this is a substitution reaction. So D is the correct answer. Question number 35. The pie chart represents the composition of natural gas. Which sector represents methane? Now, in a natural gas, obviously, natural gas, the largest proportion will be methane. So, point number D will be correct. Methane will be the largest proportion. Which statement describes the reaction between ethene and steam? Now, a cracking reaction. All right. So, reaction between ethene and steam, guys. This particular reaction is, it's a classic reaction known in the industry as hydration of ethene. Ethene gets reacted with, H2O, and that results in the production of alcohol, ethanol, ethyl alcohol. And this ethanol is very good in the use in medicine industry. All right, and hospital requires a lot of alcohol for disinfecting things, so definitely it's a perfect use. So which statement describes the reaction between ethene and steam? All right. A cracking reaction which produces ethane and hydrogen gas as a product? No, definitely not. Addition reaction. Addition reaction which produces ethanol as the only product? Yes, we can see ethanol is the only product. Yes, this is the correct statement. B is correct. So let's see why the other ones are not wrong. An oxidation reaction which produces ethanoic acid as the only product? No, this is not an oxidation reaction. A slow reaction producing ethanol and carbon dioxide? No, this is not producing any carbon dioxide, and it is not a slow process. It is a very fast process. All right, so question number 36, B is the correct answer. Guys, question number 37. The formula of a hydrocarbon is CXHY. The equation for its complete combustion is CXHY requiring 8 oxygen producing 5 carbon and 6 H2O. Now we have to determine what is X and what is Y. Guys, the easiest way to do it, you see, 1 mole of this molecule is reacting and producing 5 carbon dioxide. So definitely X is equals to 5. All right, and then 1 mole of this molecule is reacting to produce 6 water, which means it has 12 hydrogen. So Y is equals to 12. X is equals to 5. Y is equals to 12. B will be the correct answer, guys. This is a very easy answer to do. Guys, always focus the number of carbon. You will find it over here. Please make sure that it is reacting in 1 mole ratio. If it is not, then you may need to divide. But that will be in another video, guys. Keep watching the videos, and definitely in another video I'll show you how you will divide with a different number to find out the balancing. But here, because it is 1 mole, so no division is required. Whatever the number of carbon will be the number of carbon dioxide, and thereby that will be the X. Whatever the number of hydrogen will be divided by 2 to find the number of water. So we can see 6 into 2, 12. That means Y is equals to 12. So B is the correct answer. Question number 38. The formula of an ester is CH3, CH2, CH2, COO, CH2, CH2, CH3. Which acid and alcohol react together to make the ester? Guys, this can prove to become a very hard question for an O-level grade student. However, guys, just see how I do it. The carbon that faces the oxygen, you will focus from there. You will mark towards the carbon that faces the oxygen, the first oxygen. Okay. And you will mark from the oxygen, then the rest of the carbon. Remember, from the oxygen to the rest of the carbon is the alcohol part. This alcohol part. And the carbon that is facing the COO, that the group that is facing the COO is, all right, that is the carboxylic acid part. Now, guys, the easiest thing that you will do, you'll count the number of carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons, which means this will refer to butanoic acid. Butanoic acid. 4 carbon means but, and it's an acid, butanoic acid. And 3 carbon on this side will represent propanol. Propanol. So definitely butanoic acid and propanol will be the correct answer. Butanoic acid and propanol. So B will be the correct answer. Guys, hope you understood the process. If you haven't, see the process, how I did it one more time. Repeat the video one more time and inshallah you will understand it. Molecules. Question number 39. Molecule 1 undergo a process to make molecule 2. Molecule 1 makes molecule 2. Which row describes the molecule and the process? All right, we can see the molecule 1, which is a monomer, going through a cracking and then turning into polymer. Guys, cracking does not produce a polymer. Monomer undergoing polymerization can form polymer, and that can be correct. Small molecule undergoing polymerization to produce monomer will be wrong. Small molecule cracking to produce monomer is also wrong. So 39, B. Definitely B is the correct answer, guys. From monomer, the only way possible is polymerization to make a polymer to give molecule 2. Question number 40. Which structure represents a protein? Guys, this is the most easiest question and could be the most hardest question for any student. Guys, whenever we see a NH, it represents an amine. And whenever we see a CO, it represents an acid, an organic acid. And as you can see, there are different groups over here. Definitely this is a protein, because we know that protein is a polypeptide which is made from many different amino acids joining together in a condensation reaction, producing a type of bond known as peptide linkage. All right, it's known as peptide linkage. Now guys, the next thing we can see over here, it's an ester. This is an ester. So definitely why I already cancelled it out. All right, this is this particular bond that we are looking at. This is actually polysaccharide. This is from a sugar. All right, so this is like, this could be like, cellulose, or this could be like, easily it could be easily it could be glycogen, or like amylose. All right. And finally, why you might be thinking, well, this last bond, it also contains CONH, but why I didn't choose that one? Because it contains dicarboxylic acid, guys, diamine, which cannot be an amino acid. It has to have the amine and the acid group attached together, guys. So definitely 40A is the correct answer. Guys, if you like videos like this, all right, then definitely subscribe to our channel, and keep watching the videos. All right, as you watch, the watch time grows, and definitely that is an indication, the way of appreciation that you're showing to me, that these videos are important. If you like the video, give a like and make comments, ask for any question paper related to chemistry and biology which you want me to solve, and definitely I'll solve it for you. Guys, thank you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.